All right, welcome back, everybody. Coming up here, we have Ryan Ford doing Link's Awakening DX, and we do have a incentive for this. We have the tunic color choice, which is going to become relevant once we enter the color dungeon. Donations are still open for that. It is a bidding war between the two colors, depending on how easy you want to make it or how hard you want to make it. That's all up to you. But without further ado, I want to introduce our runner once again, Ryan Ford, as well as our commentator, M-Chan, who is joining us to commentate. Thanks very much. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you. Ryan is actually AFK right now.
Okay.
He said he went to go get water.
But really, he's just going to practice. He's off.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about. I can talk a little bit about some of the other incentives that are coming up. We do have Link's Awakening DX has the tunic color bidding war, and coming up shortly after that, DKC2 is going to be the following run, and that is going to have an incentive to upgrade to all stages. So that's open right now. So if you want to put in any donations for that and see all stages, please feel free. Coming up later tonight, we have Pokemon Pearl, which has incentives for naming the trainer and incentives for naming Rival and incentives for naming Chimchar. So we actually have a couple of incentives for that. So go ahead and submit whatever name you like for that. We also have some prizes today. We have a set of Mario 2 Pearlers, which is going to be ending after the Mario Trilogy block, which is coming up in several hours. It's about 7 p.m. Eastern today. We also have our hardware giveaways this Wednesday is going to be the Super Retroport SNES USB adapter and the 8-bit new NES Pro controller, which is a pretty cool controller for a bunch of different platforms. So anyway, get your donations in, and I think we're about ready to kick off this run. So good luck, guys.
Thank you. So yeah, welcome back, everybody. So Ryan Ford yet again, and I am joined by
M-Chan238. You could probably say I'm a former runner of this game. I used to be very active, but not as much anymore, but I still come back to this game every once in a while. And I'm excited to be, commentating for this run.
Yes, sir. Alright, so we'll talk about the run in a bit. I'll get the timer started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright, so you want to talk about the intro for me? I'm lazy.
Alright. So yeah, this is Link's Awakening Deluxe. It is the Game Boy Color port of the original Link's Awakening, where there's added color, there's a brand new dungeon, as well as a new side quest, which you're going to be seeing all of the above in this run. So the category that Ryan is running is 100%. 100% includes getting all the heart pieces, all the heart containers. You have to be every dungeon, you have to get all the pictures, which are exclusive to this version of the game. There's a brand new dungeon that Ryan has to do as well. He has to get all the items, he has to upgrade everything, and he also has to get 20 out of 26 seashells. This is kind of a controversial requirement, but that'll get explained later on. So right away here, there's a small optimization that Ryan's doing. He's holding his shield out, which extends Link's hitbox enough to grab the sword before the owl flies away, and it saves a few frames. And then now Ryan has to grind rupees. He is going to get 10 rupees. It's a bit random whether he gets the 10 rupees, but what he's going to do in order to reduce the randomness is he's doing a trick called rupee duping, where he's holding his shield out or his sword, and if the rupee lands on both Link and the sword or shield, then you can actually get 2 rupees with 1 rupee. So getting 7 there from the beach there is really good. So now he has to farm the rest of his rupees on this grass screen. Hopefully he gets it's a 1 in 16 chance for some of the rupees here. Okay, that's really good right there. And then he gets that seashell. That's the first out of the 20 seashells he's going to be getting. And then he's going to be using those rupees to go shopping. Alright, he's going to get the shovel. It's 200 rupees. He doesn't have that. He's going to walk out. What are you doing, Ryan?
Oh, to interrupt, flashing light warning, by the way.
Wait. Oh no, you died! Oh my goodness, you're so bad. You died in this game and you died in Zero Mission. How could you be so bad?
I know, right? I'm gonna check if I actually bought that because
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You
Okay.
have to. All right. Yeah. So if you save right as you say yes to buying bombs, then you actually keep your rupees. So you basically get the bombs for free. What happened there was he buffered a little bit too. He didn't buffer the second menu, which actually doesn't count as saying yes to the shopkeeper.
Yep.
But yeah, so we got the 10. So so getting those bombs for free is useful. So that way, otherwise you have to get 10 more rupees for this, which you don't want to. You don't want to add more RNG than you need. Now we have the trendy game. If you know anything about the remake of this game, then the trendy game is bad. But the trendy game is really easy, as you can see right here. You got the powder first try.
Yep.
And yeah, so now he is going to go to the doghouse here, and with the shovel, he actually keeps his items that he stole. So he actually does not need to shop anymore, unless the run goes bad. But who would ever do that? But yeah, that's his next seashell right there.
Hope it's not the first time for me that I have to go back there.
Okay, so what Ryan just did there is a bomb trigger. If you place a bomb and then within 4 frames screen transition and buffer another bomb, then a cutscene that is supposed to play on that screen plays out, and it is used quite a lot in this run. It's a really big sequence break, and is exclusive to the 1.0 version of Link's Awakening. So we just did that again right there, which saves powdering Terran the Raccoon right there. So that saves like maybe 6 seconds. So
Yeah, there's an actual like cutscene that happens if you use the powder.
yeah. So there's actually this game is really broken. There's a lot of it's like the explanation takes too long to explain like all the intended things, but there's a lot of things that we don't do intentionally. But we got the dungeon we got the key of the first dungeon, so now we're going to head over to the first dungeon right now.
Yeah, sir.
So this is Tail Cave. It is a really easy dungeon. Nobody makes any mistakes in this dungeon. but for real though, it's kind of what we're gonna be doing here is we're going to get our next seashell here. You're supposed to wait till later because you're not supposed to have bombs and arrows this early on, but because well, we got them so early, we can just get the seashell without having to double dip into this dungeon.
Exactly.
But the item that we get here in this dungeon is called the Rock's Feather, which allows you to jump, but then also more importantly, it allows you to do some other tricks here. There's a trick called a super jump, where it takes advantage of a mechanic that Ryan's been doing in order to optimize his movement called wall clipping. And basically, when you just simply clip yourself into a wall by a few pixels. And then the game does some really weird stuff because you're basically on 2 tiles at the same time. The game doesn't know what to do with you being on 2 tiles at the same time. And so by doing a trick called super jumping, falls in the pit. By doing what's called super jumping, you gain quite a bit of distance in the air. It's going to allow us to jump over some obstacles that we wouldn't be able to skip over.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Must have missed that by like a pixel.
Yeah, missing that's kind of rough because then that Buzzy Beetle's in the way.
Yep.
So we had to maneuver around him instead. But here is the super jump coming up right here. So he clips himself and then uses an item, which is either a bow or the sword, and then he jumps over that key block, which skips having to get an extra key. And then he just clips over on that railing right there and buffers the inputs for another super jump and just jumps over that key block again, skipping over needing a key. So this is a very difficult boss, Rolling Bones. It was so easy. Grabs that berry right there because it's possible to die here. But an actual hard boss coming up here. We got Moldorm. If you've played Link to the Past, then this is a really annoying fight. It's still annoying, but much easier in this game. Kind of a reset point early on, because Moldorm can be a troll. But there we go. That's the first dungeon. A little bit of some hiccups here and there, but it's not that bad.
Ooh.
There's quite a bit of run left, though.
Yeah, if I didn't grab that fairy, I probably would have died because of how bad the RNG was for Moldorm.
Yeah, Moldorm
This
does
is-
1 heart of damage, so he did take damage there, so he would definitely would have died.
Yeah, he was just hugging the walls forever, so I couldn't get him open. Which sometimes happens.
Alright, so we complete the first dungeon, and now we are going to head back to the village. Something to note is that Ryan is playing this game on Japanese. Japanese saves about 3 minutes over the course of the run, just due to shorter text boxes, as well as this right here. The kids talk a lot, but if you just press B, then it cancels. Then you go through that dialogue within 1 text box, as opposed to just going through the entire dialogue. That works with every language except for English.
Oh, I didn't know it worked in like the European ones too.
Yeah, it does.
Oh wow.
Alright, so the kids basically are just gonna let you know that some people have stole Bow Wow, and so we have to go save him. And then we go back to the forest. We're gonna go into this log cave. You're supposed to go through this log cave before, but now we're going in here to get 50 rupees as well as a heart piece. With a nice little super jump, you're supposed to get the item at the second dungeon in order to get that heart piece, but with the super jump you can jump over all those blocks there. So what Ryan's been doing here is saving and quitting. If you save and quit in this game, then you spawn at the last place that you entered. So it actually saves time over the course of the run.
Yeah, instead of backtracking.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go over here. This is a new side quest exclusive to the deluxe version. It did not make a return in the remake. But we have the picture side quest. Talk to the mouse here, and he's going to activate the picture side quest. So in various spots throughout the overworld, the mouse will take pictures, and you need 12 of them. And that's actually a second picture because stealing actually counted as a first picture. For some reason, it's the only picture where you don't need to activate the picture quest in order to get that picture.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah. But now here's the Moblin's hideout. He's gonna be fighting a bunch of Moblins, and then here's Moblin King. Really easy. All you do is wait for him to ram into the wall, and then just spam sword slashes. It takes 8 slashes to beat him. Just like that. Really easy. And now we get Bow Wow, who is our best friend and also our worst enemy in this game.
The good boy.
Alright, so now we got Bow Wow, and we need Bow Wow to enter the second dungeon, so we can't actually return him right away. And what Ryan's gonna be doing is, he didn't quite get it, but he's trying to do something what's known as flock clipping. He buffers the text box that appears when you are at an interactable object. And he used that text box to kind of buffer a few pixels of movement, which is enough to clip through those rocks in order to not have to go around Kapanga Swamp. But also allows you to skip an owl cutscene that's still there when he got the tail key.
Yep.
But here's the second dungeon. It's very straightforward. It's not much to say, so if you have maybe 1 or 2 donations, this would be a good time.
Alright, if not, yeah, keep getting donations in, because there is a bid war for this.
Yeah, there's an ongoing bid war for Red and Blue Tunic. Hopefully Blue Tunic wins, in my opinion.
I'm down with Red. But yeah, on
Alright,
average...
another hard
it takes
boss coming
longer.
up here. That was wow. So, we have the game does not expect you to have the bow. The bow is really powerful, so it just takes care of a lot of these early bosses so easily.
Yeah, kind of expected to have it around maybe like the 5th dungeon, so...
Yeah, the 5th dungeon is where you're supposed to need it. Alright, so right there was called Ghost Skip. Basically, you just shoot the boos off screen. As long as they're off screen, then the chest will appear, so you get the power bracelet. Otherwise, you're supposed to light the room up and defeat those boos. Alright, this is the single worst room in the game. You have to defeat these enemies in a very specific order, which is the Pulse Voice, the Bat, as well as the Stalfos. If you defeat them in the wrong order, then you have to go into those stairs and reset the room, and it's a very big time loss.
Yep.
And sometimes it's really hard to defeat those enemies in order because depending on what RNG you get, the enemies just get in your way.
Yeah, the Stalfos especially could just like stalk you a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we're gonna grab that pot, but if you just grab anything, which the bombs happens to be your second item that you can grab, which allows you to take the lift down. And now we have the genie. The first phase here, there's two phases to this fight. The first phase is pretty unexciting. You just dodge some fireballs. But with the power of wall clipping, you're supposed to break this pot in 3 hits, but you can actually break in 1 if you're clipped into the wall. So just like this, and then very quickly, he's going to place a bomb there, and then at a very precise time, he's going to shoot a bomb arrow, just like that. It's a really fast second phase right there. It looks very satisfying to get, pretty tricky to learn at first, but that was very good. Very good Dungeon 2 right there.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want him teleporting around the room. Like if you miss that bomb arrow against the wall.
I got a quick donation to read if there's time.
Yeah, 1.
Okay, we got a $42 donation from Zero Mind who says, "Drink only Mr. Moo Milk." So there you go.
Alright, so now we completed the second dungeon here. Ryan's now picking up this heart piece. It's called the heart piece of shame because in every other category you actually skip this heart piece, and if you pick it up by accident then you lose like 3 seconds, but in 100% you have to pick it up. He skipped it the first time, and it actually saves 1 pixel movement, getting it now.
Yeah, you get moved down a little bit, so... Like,
alright, so,
saves a little bit.
Mad Batter. There are 3 spots where he's going to be taking a visit to Mad Batter. Okay, he's taking that safe. I don't blame him. You don't want to upgrade the wrong thing, otherwise it ruins the route.
Yep.
You have to find a way to improvise really hard, but at that point you're just losing a lot of time.
Yeah, it's like you probably have to go back to oh, what am I doing? Yeah. So you'd have to go back to the shop and probably buy like 30 bombs or something. So as a backup.
It's not a very fun backup. But yeah, so he upgraded bombs, and now he has 60 bombs, which is actually more than enough bombs that he needs for the whole run. So he can waste bombs if he'd like now. But yeah, 100% is a really nice category if you're not a fan of resource management. Because at a certain point, you don't have to really worry about managing your resources that much.
Yeah. Yeah, bomb and arrows is pretty tight for the early game, and for some other categories as well. But yeah, once you get past the first 2 Mad Batters, then the routing's like pretty simple for resources.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for arrows. But anyway, but yeah, so the first option is powder, the second option is bombs, and then the third option is arrows. So now the next time he sees Mad Batter, the second option will be arrows, and he'll be upgrading arrows next. Because you really don't, because you don't use powder all that much. You use powder a total of, well, there's like 5 points in the run where you need powder, but even then you don't use that much powder.
Yeah. Like the extra powder I grabbed in Dungeon 2 is like enough to last for the rest of the run.
Yeah, exactly. He actually needs that upgrade. He didn't just pick it up just for fun.
Yeah, I think you'll be short by like 1 or 2 powders if you don't pick it up.
Yeah. So we got another picture there from Richard. You're supposed to activate his side quest, but you were going to be doing a really huge sequence break in order to skip that entirely.
Yep.
So he has 5 seashells, and you need exactly 5. You need the exact amount of seashells in order to get the rewards from the Seashell Mansion. It's 5, 10, and then 20. There's another reward for 20, but you can get more than 20 or get the reward, but we're going to get 20. Alright, so this is Villa Skip. The way Villa Skip works is if you pause on the same frame that you fall down, then you'll get warped into the next screen. Unfortunately, even if you get the right spot where you're gonna fall, it is actually random whether you get the frame that you fall down because of what's known as a global frame rule, which means you have a 50% chance to get the right frame to pause to fall down. Another reset point of the game if you get too many buffers. I think the worst I've seen is probably like 20 buffers, and you lose like 2 seconds per buffer, so that's a lot of time. There's a lot of instances in this game where the global frame rule does come into play. For example, in the second dungeon, when he was picking up keys that are falling down, it is a 50% chance of picking it up right away, as opposed to waiting for it to bounce. And there's no way to really keep track of the global frame rule. And the other reason is because the music actually advances RNG. It's kind of silly.
I messed up. Alright, it's fine, it's fine.
Okay, so this is another trick called Jesus Jump. If you pause on the same frame that you fall in the water, then you can buffer a jump. So as you can see right here, he's buffering a transition right there, and then he buffers a jump out of the water right there. And this works when you don't have the item from the 4th dungeon, which are flippers, and that's going to allow him to grab that seashell, which you're normally supposed to have flippers for. And then as well as get to the next dungeon. Also, another instance of wall clipping, you don't have to go to the front side of the key lock and then go around. And now here we are in the 3rd dungeon, which is this is where the game starts to really pick up the pace here. So one thing that Ryan is doing here is he is actually killing a bunch of enemies, and that's because if you kill 30 enemies, then he's manipulating a power-up called Piece of Power. If you kill 12 enemies without getting hit, then Guardian Acorn drops, but we don't care about Guardian Acorn. So he's trying to kill 30 enemies, so that way Piece of Power can drop. And Piece of Power is going to increase his attack power by double, as well as give him a 1.25 movement speed.
Yeah.
So, and it's very useful because having Piece of Power for the boss of this dungeon is actually saves 10 seconds. So it's a very huge time save. Oh, he's going for this. All right, let's see if he gets this.
Dumb trick.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I jumped a frame too early. Sucks.
So that is a kind of a thing that people start doing in runs. It's not new anymore, but it's something that people started doing recently. Where what he was trying to do is he was actually trying to do a super jump followed by a shield bonk off of those Stalfos in order to get to the Nightmare Key early. Very difficult, but oh well. It only saves like a few seconds, but it's really cool if he would have gotten it, but oh well.
Yeah, and all those red Zols wouldn't have spawned again as well if I got it too. Unlock that door again.
So this game is so fast. So what he did twice was a mini boss skip called the Dongo skip. If he just clinked off of the Dongo, then he clinks over those blocks and just skips the mini boss, and he did it twice. It's a pretty scary trick because not only it's hard to do, but if you do it incorrectly, you can actually soft lock. And your only way out is to save and quit. Or if you soft lock in the right spot, then you can actually dash out of those blocks. But fortunately, no soft locks. So this run's looking really good.
It's all right. Probably like a minute and a half behind PB or something. I think. Not the worst, because RNG's been pretty solid overall.
Yeah, this is a very hard category to grind because this category in particular is pretty luck based.
Yep.
So now we are done with the 3rd dungeon, and this is going to be the longest stretch of the run, where Ryan is not going to be doing a dungeon for a while. He's gonna grab that seashell, and then he actually opened up this cave earlier, and this actually saves a menu, because you want to minimize the amount of menus as possible because you're gonna be pausing a lot. As you can tell, this is a Game Boy game, and you only have 2 buttons to work with. So you want to be pausing as little times as possible. You pause about maybe 130 plus times, so it's a lot of menus that you go through. And also, your items are scattered. They're not like in a set place, unlike in most Zelda games. So, one of the things that runners do in order to get really good at this game is memorize their menus. And everyone has their own set of menus. There's not like a predetermined like menu route. Okay, so next part of the trade sequence is oh right, we didn't actually do any of the trade sequence. We actually skipped like a bunch of parts of the trade sequence due to just some flags that we skip. When you get the key of the 3rd dungeon, then the game assumes that you've already done part of the trade sequence. We actually have the stick already, which you're supposed to get from in order to enter Candle Castle, which we skip already. And then we trade the stick to Terran to get the honeycomb, as Terran gets chased by bees. You can actually skip it, but it's a really funny cutscene, so I don't know why you would want to skip it.
Yeah, I tried, but I tried to do the frame perfect skip.
Okay.
To not instead of the buffered strip.
Yeah, it saves like 2 seconds over the buffered method, but yeah, he's trying to go for world record, I guess.
Yeah, in marathons I try to do the unbuffered one because the cutscene's like pretty fun to watch. So I'm like, all right, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, then I don't.
Alright, so we went back to the seashell mission again to get his 10 seashell reward, which is another seashell. So he has 11, and well, now he has 12 because he got that from the rock maze. Yep. And now he's going to go to Animal Village. It's one of my favorite places. I like the music in this place, but because we don't go here very often, you don't really hear the music for very much. So we got the pineapple from Chef Bear, which we give the honeycomb to Chef Bear. We get the pineapple, and that actually triggers another side quest that we have to do now.
Yeah, sir.
All right, so we go to the warp portal here. There's 4 warp portals. We only use 3 of them, and that's the second warp portal. We passed by this one earlier, and then the second portal is in Animal Village, and it's gonna allow us to take a quick shortcut to Mabe Village. And now we're here in the Dream Shrine, and we're gonna get the Ocarina. You're supposed to go all the way around in order to get to the Ocarina, but what we just did there is another super jump. That is another variation of the super jump where if you just hold down slightly, and if you just hold against the wall slightly, then you can do a super jump without needing to use a weapon. This super jump is really useful because it skips having to go around and dodge some mimics. But now we have fishing.
Yep.
People really despise fishing in other Zelda games past this game. But fishing is really easy. All you do is mash. So he gets that fish in order to move that fish out of the way. And then now he's going to get this fish that's hiding in that little cave right there.
Yeah, it's
in
possible.
The remake...
Oh, good.
What? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's possible to get the big fish without letting the other one run away, but on average you're probably just gonna fail and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's just faster to get that top fish. All right, so now we're going to return Bow Wow finally, and also for returning Bow Wow, we get this really funny cutscene right here. This is one of my favorite cutscenes.
And it's RNG.
Yeah, you can lose a random amount of time here. Which,
I love that picture.
Yeah, it's so funny. Alright, so we get another picture here. To where Link is peeking through the window to talk to Grandpa Orira.
Actually didn't know his name.
Orira is a character that tells you how to beat the game if you're lost.
I just learned his name now.
So now we're gonna go back over here. This is near Dungeon 1, and we're gonna bonk on this tree, which is gonna contain that seashell right there. And then coming up is the best part of the game, where we're about to go on a date with Marin, who's saved us from getting shipwrecked.
Yep.
Fun fact, Marin dreams of becoming a seagull, but her wish doesn't come true. Spoilers, because Ryan died.
I'm
if you beat
sorry.
This game deathless, if you beat this game deathless, then you get a secret ending, but you're not gonna be seeing that in this run. Also, did you know that this cutscene's random? The seagulls that are flying around are random. It's very impactful to know which RNG seed you got.
Yeah, the second one from the left, I'd never... Okay, now the one that's really low. I've never seen, like, seagulls go that low before.
Yeah, you can read donations now.
If there's any.
Yeah, if there's any.
And if not, then... I'm about to say exclamation point donate. So I assume there's a command.
Yeah, we're just collecting some items here, grabbing that heart piece, as well as get a couple more pictures.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, the mid-game cleanup at this point before going to any dungeons is, these pictures, if you don't get them now, then, you can't get them anymore when Marin's not with you. So it's really important not to forget any of, these three.
Yeah, these are, I've talked to a lot of the Link's Awakening runners, and most of them have definitely said that they have never gotten all these pictures before starting speedrunning this game, because a lot of these picture locations are very obscure.
Yeah, I never got the cliff and the, yeah, the cliff and in the well, like, those two that I just got.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that cliff one especially is, like, so obscure, because you have to have Marin following you, you have to go to that specific spot.
Yeah, and there's no indication to let you know to, like, go to there for a picture. There's basically, like, no indication for any of the pictures, really.
Exactly. So I went there at the very start of the run when farming rupees. That was about it.
Yeah.
But you don't get a picture at that time.
Okay, so, coming up is what's called Walrus Skip. You don't really have to do it, it just saves like a couple seconds, and that's it. But normally in the any percent category, Walrus Skip is very infamous trick, because if you do it wrong, you can soft block, but because we have Marin and the Ocarina, then you actually don't have to worry about soft block at all. That would have been a soft block, but it doesn't really matter here in this category. All it does is normally you would talk to the walrus, and Marin has to leave the screen, but Marin is really close to the screen, so it just saves that amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the other benefit is that we can get this upcoming heart piece early. Otherwise, if you're just talking to the walrus, it is actually faster to get this heart piece later.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, after the desert.
The more you know.
Grab that heart piece right there. You're supposed to get that heart piece later. You're supposed to need the item of the 5th dungeon in order to get that heart piece, but with bomb triggers, we just get that heart piece early. Getting heart pieces also counts as a cutscene, which is why that bomb trigger is possible.
Yep.
Now
Yeah.
we're in Yarna Desert, and coming up, Ryan's gonna be shooting a couple arrows here. We don't really know what's in here. We just shoot arrows here because it's fun.
Yeah, sir.
And grab the 4th dungeon key, and then we fall down here because there is a little cave right there. The way you know some of these bombable walls is it's actually a hint in the 3rd dungeon, where if you just clink your sword on a spot of the wall and it makes a different sound, then it's bombable. But no, I'm pretty sure no one's crazy enough to just check every single wall.
As a kid, I was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back when I had this game when I was like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah. Nowadays people know about this stuff because it's more obvious in the remake.
Or the walls actually cracked in the remake?
Yes.
Ah, so that makes it a lot easier.
Except for Dungeon 3.
Oh. So you have to actually, like...
Yeah. You have
Still,
to actually use
like
that puzzle in Dungeon 3, but in everywhere else, no.
Oh, that's really cool still.
Yeah.
That's also a nice quality of life change to make it, only in Dungeon 3.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
liked it.
so we got the ocarina, and we have to get all 3 of the songs for 100%. So we're gonna get this song. This is the most important song because we need this in order to beat the game. It's the Battle of the Windfish. And yeah.
Well, yeah, so say, for those in chat that said good luck and stuff, thank you very much. You know, I actually forgot where I'm supposed to go now. Oh wait, never mind, I remember. So admittedly, I think whatever the last event that I played this game is the last time I played this game, so I haven't practiced it.
Alright, so now he's gonna go straight to Dungeon 4, so it's about time he's finally doing a dungeon. Oh, going for this! Okay. Oh, wow, nice. Yeah.
I wanted to be cool. Losing time for swag.
That's a strat that not very many people do. If you bonk and then recoil at the right spot, then you can skip having to. It basically just skips a menu, and it also just allows you to get to this area closer. So it saves like a couple seconds but then you lose all that time if you wait. Where are you going? Wait. What? Oh, okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
yeah. It's faster in this category to do
Alright.
that.
I was joking.
Oh, my bad.
You ruined
Whoops.
it, dude. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Alright,
the sarcastic
alright,
voice sold it well.
So, one common roadblock that every Link's Awakening runner has experienced is forgetting to open up this dungeon.
Yep.
So, and if you realize it at the very end, then you just lose a lot of time. Uh-oh.
Alright, it's fine.
Okay. But yeah, so what Ryan did there, it was actually on purpose. It is, he did that to set his save point over there, and it saves a couple seconds.
Yeah, instead of
but yeah.
backtracking.
So coming up to his obstacle strip, yay, he got it! So you do that twice, and it saves a quarter second each time you get it. So if you get it both times, then you save like half a second total. It's not worth it.
It's worth it if you're sick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Alright. So he's gonna do a Jesus jump right there in order to get to the top part of the mountain. You're supposed to do this way later, but with glitches we can just cheat.
Yeah, I won't be doing the early rooster skip because
Oh yeah, so
I
there's
haven't practiced it.
there's
So
yeah, so there's a trick that Ryan's not gonna be doing. This is only worth it if you're going for world record. It's called early rooster skip, and we'll go over more about it later. But all you need to know is that it saves around 10 or more seconds if you can do it perfectly. But it's also luck based, so you're likely to lose more time than it saves.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for not doing it. Like
And
I
then,
said, it's only a world record strat. So
and even in the world record, TJ didn't go for it. So he
yeah.
deemed it not worth it.
So now here we are in the 4th dungeon. To go through it, it's pretty unexciting, but with all these tricks that we've been doing, we just skip quite a bit of dungeon. Ooh, going to go for this sick Jesus jump, which is going to allow him to clip underneath that bumble block in order to skip having to blow up that rock right there. And if you can get it within minimal buffers, then it can save time, but it's such a small time save that not very many people do it.
Yeah, it saves 1 second if you get a frame perfect buffer, and then loses a second if you get 2.
Yeah, so and then he does this Jesus jump right there, and it actually skips the mini boss of the dungeon cue ball. So that allows him to skip a key. And then here we have the puzzle room. In very ancient Link's Awakening runs, we used to have to memorize the puzzle there, but we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Really? You had to memorize it? Oh, for the other, yeah.
Yeah, this is before all these tricks that we've been doing.
That makes sense because of this room right here.
Yeah. Alright, but and then here's a really cool super jump right here. Hopefully he gets this. It looks really cool. It gets those pots out of the way, and then waits for the P-hats to rise up, and then does a super jump and clinks the P-hat with the sword, and it recoils him onto the top of the part, which skips having to do the puzzle room entirely. Grab that nightmare key, and then really cool dungeon design that allows him to get to the boss early, and then this is the hardest boss in the game. Oh my goodness, he did it. How does he do it?
How do I see the game so different?
So, when you're doing that normally, without bombs or arrows, you can actually just go at a certain spot and just mash your sword.
Yeah, for the easy cheese.
So there we go, that's the 4th dungeon, and, this dungeon, and when you complete this dungeon, this actually activates a side quest, a mandatory side quest called the Ghost Quest, where the ghost is going to follow you around. He's going to tell you to take him to his house and his grave, which we will have to do that in this dungeon or in this category because there's a picture that involves him.
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise,
we're going to take a detour here in order to get the. In our next song, which is Mambo's Mambo.
I like how cute the fish are on the bottom.
What were we gonna say earlier?
I forgot. Oh, dungeon. Yeah, normally you would do dungeon 6 and like other categories before doing dungeon 4 to skip the ghost that's coming.
Yeah, in the any percent category, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so we got Mambo's Mambo, which allows you to warp to Mambo's Pond, which is right by Crazy Tracy's hut, right by the forest. Or in dungeons, it's used to go back to the beginning of the dungeon, but we never use it in dungeons because we can save and quit. And it's much faster to do that. And then right here, you're supposed to get this heart piece a little bit later, but it's more convenient to do it now in this route.
Yeah, since you're swimming right by there anyway.
Yeah. So when he goes down to the bottom half of the overworld's map, then the ghost will appear, which is right now. And so now he cannot actually enter the next dungeon while the ghost is following him.
Yeah, he'll nag you.
Alright, so he goes in there to kind of to set us a save point because he is going to save. Nice. So if you mash in 2D sections, walls kind of count as pits for some reason. So if you mash bombs, like if you place 2 bombs within 4 frames of each other, then you can bomb trigger that cutscene.
Yep. Instead of doing a whole bunch of trades.
And then coming up right here, if he can get this can save him about maybe 6 or 7 seconds if he gets this first try.
Dang it.
Okay, so 4 buffer right there. So didn't quite save the time there, but yeah, a little bit unfortunate. But here is Zora bump. Oh, okay.
Wait, what am I doing?
This is called early magnet lens. You're supposed to have the hook shot, which is the item from the 5th dungeon. Nice. Yeah, that's really hard. Because not only the setup is difficult, but also there's different setups for each spawn point of the Zora. There are 3 spots where the Zora can spawn in, and there's setups for all three of them, and it's you have to know all three of them in order to get a good Zora bump. There's a very, very long buffered setup that takes 30 pause buffers where you don't have to rely on any of the Zora positions at all. And then there's also a minimal buffered Zora bump method as well. But Ryan just did the unbuffered Zora bump method, which is very difficult.
Yeah, when you get the top spawn, then it's not even a buffered strat for it, but for the other two spawns, you can do ones that use like 5-ish buffers. It loses like 10 seconds. But yeah, I failed the easy the easy spawn, and then I got the hard spawn. It's pretty fun. I got the easiest one first. I was like, oh, I'm pretty lucky. And I think I just got excited and failed it because of it.
So now he got the magnet lens early, which is gonna allow him to get a very powerful weapon, and it's gonna allow him to set up for a glitch later on, and it's well, you'll see in about maybe 15 minutes from now. So
yeah, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so we finally take the ghost to his house now, and now we have to take him back to his grave. But before we do that, while we're around here, we're going to, now that we got the magnet lens early, before doing Dungeon 5 at all, we are going to head over here to this little hideout over here. Talk to this Guria, and if you trade whatever is on your B button to him, he'll give you the boomerang, and it's a very powerful weapon in this game.
Yep.
It's probably, in my opinion, the best boomerang in any Zelda game that unfortunately gets nerfed quite hard in the remake.
Yep. Yeah, 100% agree that this is definitely like the best boomerang like in any Zelda game.
Yeah, you can kill enemies. I mean, it still stuns some enemies, but it kills enemies, it cuts grass. It does a lot of things.
Yeah, it one-shots things too. It's wild. Well, yeah, it turns like anti-fairies into fairies, like bomb fairies.
Yeah.
So you can get like convenient heals with it as well.
Yeah, so grab a couple seashells, and then coming up is our next Mad Batter encounter. And this time, and just like the first time, he is going to say no the first time because he does not want powder. And he is going to say yes on the second option because that's arrows.
Yep. Oh, also to plug the donation bid war, it's going to be coming to an end pretty soon. So.
Oh yeah, that's coming really soon. So. I don't really have the tracker up, so I don't really know what the results are, but.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you're probably gonna need that within the next like 5 minutes. So
yeah. I want to see if I can view the tracker.
So yeah, assume donations will probably be closed in like, or the bid war will probably be closed in like, I don't know, 2 minutes, maybe a little less than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you get your donations in if you want to pick my tunic color. They do make a difference, so
Okay, I see it now. It's 0-0 right now.
Ah.
Oh man, what are you gonna do?
If it ties,
I
want you to flip a coin if it ties.
It's not going to tie. Somebody's going to jump in. I'm sure of it. Somebody will jump in and snipe it.
Yeah, it has to be really soon though, because he's gonna enter the color dungeon like really soon.
Yeah. Probably like a minute-ish.
Yeah. So
yeah,
he finally takes the ghost back to his grave, and now he's gonna go over here into this grotto, and there's something really cool that you can do with the boomerang here. If you I don't know how to explain that. I think if you just throw your boomerang at a very precise spot in between those rocks, then it allows you to throw the boomerang in through those rocks to get that heart piece.
Yeah, this game doesn't have a Z-axis, so you kind of just like throw things through things. It's like really, really jank.
So here we are in the Color Dungeon, and the Color Dungeon is a new dungeon exclusive to this version as well as the remake. And the mechanic, there's not very many sequence breaks you can do with this dungeon, but basically all the puzzles here involve like matching colors. It's a really cool dungeon.
Yep.
So what he does here is he takes a side detour to grab these rupees. As he actually needs 300 rupees coming out of this dungeon.
Yeah, so they got like what 125 there.
Something like that.
So pretty fat amount of rupees.
Yeah. So he goes down there, grab that key. You can either get that now or after you get the Nightmare Key. It actually makes no difference in time.
Did you see that swag?
I did.
Alright, making sure not to mess that up because it wastes a lot of time. I was like extra
you can
focus.
mash powder on the right spot on that boss in order to get a quick kill, and just mash powder. If you run out of powder in that fight, then there will be a fairy that will give you powder.
Yep. Yeah, so so I guess we gotta cut off the bid war now.
It's still 0-0. What are we gonna do?
Alright, well, I'm gonna be getting the choice in like how long would it be? Like a minute? For me?
A minute, more than a minute, yeah. So Ryan actually saved and quit, and he also reset, which actually allows the rupees to respawn. I don't really know the explanation about that, but all it is it allows you to get those rupees again.
Yep. I didn't even realize I grabbed an extra 10 rupees too. It's like actually new for me.
Well,
it's a sword jeep. Oh my god.
I can buy extra bombs.
Hey.
Right,
I hope that doesn't happen. We'll see though. Oh wait, why am I pausing? What am I doing? Whoops.
Oh, we got people donating. Okay.
Oh, let's go. Alright, what color is ahead now?
I mean, it hasn't. I don't think it's updated yet.
Yeah, I'm refreshing the page. I'll let you know if something comes in.
Okay. So yeah, about to talk to the fairy now in 5 seconds.
It has to be like right now. People in chat want red though.
Oh yeah?
So I guess go red. I think.
Alright, was there a donation or?
I don't see one. I just refreshed. No, nothing.
Yeah, people in chat are saying red though.
Alright, I'll pick red then.
Okay. Alright, red tunic it is. Okay. So Color Dungeon in general is pretty straightforward. There's not really much to talk about there. So now Ryan has a choice between red and blue tunic. You need one of them, and he chose red. He chose red tunic, which in the most optimum run, it is faster. But you have to be really lucky in order to get that time save. It saves in the best case scenario, it saves half a second, and that's it. Otherwise, most people, including the world record, actually picks blue tunic because it's way more consistent to choose the blue tunic. Red tunic allows you to have double damage, but then the trade-off is that enemies will have either longer iframes or just a longer knockback, which does pose a problem for a couple parts. But there are parts where red tunic does save time here and there, but for the most part, blue tunic is just way more consistent because you don't have to worry about the knockback, and it also makes the run much safer because you're a lot less likely to die But I mean, he's still not likely to die unless he keeps failing this.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm like losing all my
So
speed.
you have to hold down. You have to press just down when you jump.
Yeah, I'm like losing all my speed when I press down. I don't know why. Oh, that time I touched the wall, but what is this? I've never like ever had an issue with this, like ever.
Uh-oh.
What? I don't get it. Alright,
Hook
Yeah.
shot?
he's like losing all the speed for no reason, like. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna die from
One
it.
more try.
Alright, last shot. Yeah,
Yeah, that one was too early.
what? I've never
You got,
ever
you got,
like
you got the right amount of momentum, but you jumped a bit too early.
what? Like literally like never like in a run have I had problems with that. I don't know why. But just consistently like killball my speed. I guess I gotta figure that out somehow. Well, apparently. That's really weird. Well, I'm sure I'll figure
Yeah,
it.
unfortunately, that's a pretty uncharacteristic mistake to make right there, to struggle that many times. But basically, in order to make that jump, you're supposed to have the hook shot, which is from the 5th dungeon. But if you with a very precise jump right here, precise angled jump, then you can make this. But as you can see, it is not easy.
It's incredibly easy. That's the problem. I don't know why it's like not working. He's what?
Are you like fat fingering the left and right input somehow?
Maybe I must be getting like a diagonal or something. Like what? What?
Oh man.
Sure. Now
there
just
we
for
go. There we go. Nice.
some inexplicable reason, it just works for no like
Yeah,
literally no reason.
But now you have to not
Not
die.
get hit. Yeah.
Yeah. You can probably use your probably just get sword or something.
True. Yeah, I probably should.
That's so scary. Okay, side post mace isn't normally this scary, but oh man.
Yeah, but I nearly died twice, so it's like
Yeah.
making it epic.
This is normally the most unexciting part of the run, but.
Well, and then I got a dropped A press.
Oh no.
Oh god,
Oh my goodness.
my
The
favorite.
saves.
So yeah, I don't know if it's like a controller thing or what. Why I just like couldn't what's it called? Jump across the pit. So that's also the reason why I gave up on doing early rooster skip, because that was like consistently an issue last time when I did a marathon run like a week ago or so. And that kept happening where like my speed just kept like dying from the jump. So I would get the setup right, but it would just like yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, but anyway, this is the second best song in the game. We got the Frog Song of Soul. It is so worth the 300 rupees that we saved up for in order to get this song.
Terrible.
That it is so useful that we don't use it at all.
I mean, part of the song was like, I think it was cut out because of the beeping health too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
At least on my TV, it sounded weird. I'm not sure if it was the same on the stream.
I don't know. I can't hear the audio. But
Fair.
yeah. So now we have all 3 songs now.
I might
Bryce-
die like right here. Yeah.
I mean, if you die, it's not that bad. You just spawn right there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right, sick.
Oh man. So now we have this harp piece. This harp piece, is kind of the most unreasonable harp piece. It's better in the remake, but this is a very unreasonable harp piece to get when you're getting this harp piece normally. You swim all the way around Canada Castle, and then you're just mashing the swing button. It gets exhausting in your hands.
Yeah, just slowly swimming and like constantly mashing.
Yeah.
Unless if you want to time the presses, but that's risky.
And then here's a fun little trick that Ryan's doing right here. Whee! Rolls.
Be rolling deep in there.
Rolling deep.
So I wonder how much time I lost from like.
You're about to roll deep in the next round after this.
Yep. Hopefully something that's consistent doesn't end up being like an incredible disaster in that run.
Yeah.
I need.
Okay, so that's
Need
actually
a
the
lucky
last
break.
picture that Ryan's gonna be getting. So if everything goes correctly, then that should be his last picture.
Yep.
Now he's gonna go. You might actually notice we've been doing all the dungeons, with the exception of Color Dungeon, I guess, if you want to count that, in order. But we're actually not gonna be doing Dungeon 5 right now, and that's because this dungeon is just nearby all the things that we're doing. So we just do this dungeon, and well, first we need the key to the 6th dungeon, so we just go through Armos Maze, and go a little bit out of our way to get the seashell. This should be our last seashell if everything goes well. I'll look at the menu to see if it's 20. So this place can be kind of scary because these statues, if you're not careful, they do 2 hearts of damage. Which you know, in an ideal run, when you have Blue Tunic, it's not that big of a deal, but well.
Oh, I missed menu. What? Well, I guess I'm just doing it like this.
Oh. Okay. So there's 2 different strats for the Armos Knight fight. You can depending on which tunic you have, and that's one way. There's another way. They're called boot strats that you do in the 80% run, and then there's also because we have so much arrows. There's the super safe and super casual baby arrow strats.
The arrow strats is faster than the sword strat.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
by
the
just
not red
a little
tunic
bit.
one. Yeah, I think the red tunic strats is faster, but then
It is.
blue arrows faster.
Because most people do runs with Blue Tunic nowadays, it's not very many people really learn that method.
Oh, they got so many like diagonal presses there for no reason.
Yeah. And also the boomerang can defeat those bomb fairies, which allow you to get a fairy. So with Red Tunic, this section of the game is a little bit scary, but
Yeah, fortunately that bomb fairy came nearby, so
yep.
helped a lot.
I guess I'm no longer the guy who's known for dying in Armos Maze and marathons anymore.
Hey.
Alright, so now here we are in the 6th dungeon. I mean, I guess we are doing this as the 6th dungeon, because we did Color Dungeon before, so it kind of works. So I guess we're still kind of doing it in a bit of an order, but
0 before 6.
Yeah. So this is a face shrine, and face shrine is kind of our first luck-based dungeon, or the first major luck-based dungeon. As coming up, there is what's known as horse heads. So I want everyone in the chat to guess how many horse heads he's going to get before he gets there.
It's a misinput.
Yeah. So first he's going to go to the left side to get the item of the dungeon, which is the level 2 bracelet. Which in an 80% run, we would no longer have to do the ghost quest anymore. You're wasting a lot of arrows. What is this?
It's
Don't you need all these arrows for the final boss?
it's for show. Gotta make it close.
So that's a tile room. Not much to say right there. You just have to wait for all the tiles to go by, and then this room is a little bit annoying with the red tunic. Missed the one whiz rope. That's okay.
Yeah, have a timing
Whiz
for
ropes
when
can only be blown up by bombs. What? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I have a timing for when like the bomb flashes twice, then I pause, but I was a frame too early on that. But oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah. Alright, so do a super hop in order to clip into the other side of the wall, which allows you to do a super jump in order to get over to this side. And then that is the only chest in the game where you can throw a pot at the chest, and it opens the to let you get the nightmare key. And that's actually a puzzle. That owl statue tells you to do that. And then now we're basically doing this dungeon backwards now. And this allows us to do the rest of this dungeon without needing the hook shot at all.
Yep.
Alright, horse heads is coming up. So, we got 3, 17, and 5. Oh boy.
I've gotten like 18 plus like so many times in marathons, except this time.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so what that is right there is you have a 50% chance for either the horse heads to stand up, and because you need both of the horse heads to stand up, that means you have a 25% chance for both of them to stand up at the same time. So he just got a 25% good luck right there.
Yep. So every extra try you have to do loses about a second, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I mean, unless if you're really unlucky, then it can be impactful enough to lose your run, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. It can add up.
Yeah, there's another route in Dungeon 6 that you can do that completely skips horse heads, but that's about 15 seconds slower than the first try horse heads.
Didn't even know that.
It allows you to fight Smasher, the mini boss of this dungeon.
The cute mini boss. Alright, I assumed
nice.
it was that way. Though.
So, there's a little fun thing you can do there. If you place a bomb right before grabbing the instrument, then you can just keep grabbing the bomb during the cutscene right there. So in 80%, this would normally be the scariest part of the run here, because you have to do like a bunch of Jesus jumps, but we have the flippers, so we don't have to do Jesus jumps at all.
Yep.
Don't have to worry about losing time, or accidentally going out of bounds.
Yeah, that too. Oh my god. Yeah, because
Alright.
transitioning on the wall by accident.
Alright, so now we have now that we have 20 seashells, so this is the point where we can explain why we only get 20 instead of 26. There's 26 seashells in this game, but we only get 20. And that's because when you get the level 2 sword, which is the reward for getting 20 seashells, then all the seashells despawn. And also the seashell count disappears from your menu entirely. So it just makes sense to just only get 20 instead of all 26. And even then, the 6 extra seashells, they take too long to get.
Yep.
Now we have the level 2 sword, which allows you to do 1 point of extra damage, which actually does not stack with Red Tunic at all.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh wait, there's a couple exceptions, but not many.
Yeah. There's so this is the point, because we only use the benefits of Red Tunic so for a very short amount of time in this run. This is the reason why a lot of runners use Blue Tunic nowadays.
Yep.
In old routes, Red Tunic was definitely the preferred choice, but this category has went through a ton of work back in 2018.
Yep. Yeah, and without level 2...
so this is Dungeon 5. It's normally a very long dungeon, but we're going to be doing a glitch, thanks to early Magnet Lens as well as getting the Boomerang early. We're going to be doing what's known as early hook shots here. First he has to clear all the enemies as well as pick up all the drops that the enemies drop, and then at a very specific spot right there, he is going to equip Boomerang and Feather and buffer it, and okay, so he didn't make any mistakes there. That is, it is frame rule dependent whether you get the hook shot in that room or not. So he just has to try this again. It takes like 15 seconds to set up each time. Okay, there we go. Second try. That's not bad right there.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. So like I said, it's 50% chance you're rolling a coin flip. Kind of the biggest run killer of this route in the category. Very unfortunate. And then he has to get the key again. But by doing this, it allows you to skip 3 minutes of the dungeon. So you skip a lot of this dungeon. But because it took us time to set up for early magnet lens early on in the run, it's a net save of a minute.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't like grinding this category anymore, because it's like not uncommon to lose runs to getting like 7th try or something on that. So.
Yeah, and like I said, it's 50% chance. Not much you can do about it. You just have to roll with it. And then also, if you do it incorrectly, you can accidentally grab the key, which then you just lose the time for going for early hookshot in the first place, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, because you can't try it again if you get the key.
Unless you do a safety save, which there was no safety saves here, so you just had to roll with it. We fought Masastalfos there. He actually overkilled Masastalfos, and that's by shooting 4 bomb arrows at Masastalfos, which allows him to get an extra key, which is going to allow him to do a glitch that saves like 3 seconds. So he still needs the boss key. He got the boss key, so now he's going to beat the rest of the dungeon, allowing him to skip the other 3 Masastalfos fights.
Yeah, in other categories, this is my favorite dungeon to play, but this is like my least favorite in Hundo.
It's my least favorite in every category. Alright, so this is hookshot clip right here. You just clip in between the block and the pot by bashing your hookshot, and yeah, that's it. Saves like 3 seconds over the intentional way of getting to this part.
And never see the mini boss in any category, too.
Yeah, the true mini boss.
Right, oh yeah, because I guess Masastalfos kind of counts there.
Slime is a guessing game fight where you have to pick a side and hope that you're right, and it's a 50% chance of getting it right. Oh, is that 2?
Yeah. Or it might not have even counted as 2, possibly. Alright, well.
So, what can happen now? Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, the 3rd hit actually did come in. Okay. So what can happen, this is actually the biggest reason why people use Blue Tunic, and that's because Slime Eel takes 8 hits instead of 8 damage to beat him. And Red Tunic gives out longer iframes, so you can actually get 4 hits per cycle, 5 with Blue Tunic. But it's really hard to get the 4th hit in with Red Tunic. So 3 cycle Wall Snake or Slime Eel is really common there.
Yep. And when you get into the extra cycles, he has a chance to give you a fake snake, like he'll pull a fake snake out of the wall.
Yeah, it's and that just adds more randomness to the fight. So then you have a 25% chance at getting a good Slime Eel fight past the 2nd cycle.
Yep. And then, yeah, because you can't damage him if you get a fake one, because it has to crawl around the room for a while and then explode eventually.
Yeah. And it takes 4, and in order for him to initiate the fake forms, it takes 5+ hits. You need 6 hits, and after 6 hits, then yeah, he has a chance of giving you a fake form.
Yeah. I knew I was too far. Agreed.
Alright, so he's going to get this heart piece that your Norvos go all the way around the mountain to get, but with bomb triggers we can just get this heart piece. You can actually get, you can also get this earlier on, the first time that we were here, and it makes no difference in time. And then, dumb trick.
Oh yeah.
He did it. Nice half a second save. Alright, but coming up now is Rooster Skip. So Rooster Skip is a very infamous trick known across Link's Awakening speedruns, where you have to it involves what's known as hookshot jumping, which is by jumping as the hookshot retracts to you, on the frame that the hookshot retracts to you. And let's see if he gets this.
Well,
so he's actually buffering the frame where the hookshot retracts to you. Okay. So if you fall down there, then it takes you outside of the mountain, and you have to basically climb that mountain again and try again. So it loses like 30 seconds. You can do a safety save and it loses less time than that, but obviously if you get it first try, then you lose time for safety saving.
Yep.
So he is gonna try again here.
What? That
So,
thing happened again. Oh my god.
Okay, so with the hook shot, you can actually buff your movement on the pit. So the reason this works is because when you are jumping in between two pit tiles, then it takes time for Link to fall down, and that's nice. Okay.
Have to do a third jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing again, where like I keep like losing my speed when I press a direction when jumping. It's like consistently happening now. So I didn't get around the wall, so I like got stopped by the wall.
Yeah. So that trick is double frame perfect, very difficult. But it saves like 15 seconds, because normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to revive the rooster in Mabe Village in order to get that key. Yeah. So earlier we mentioned that there was a trick called Early Rooster Skip, which allows you to get the rooster key before Dungeon 4. And it's a bit more complicated to pull off because you have to do pit buffering, which is the same thing that we were doing to do Villa Skip. But because it's frame rule dependent, you're just adding a ton of luck into that, and it doesn't save much time over the Rooster Skip method that Ryan just did there. And if you fail it, which is really easy to do, then it is faster to do the regular Rooster Skip later on. When you're going to Dungeon 7.
Yep. Or yeah, if you just get like bad frame rules and don't get pit buffers right away, then you lose a lot. Could just lose a lot of time from pausing a trillion times with early Rooster
Yeah,
Skip.
exactly. Okay, so now here we are in the 7th dungeon here. Notoriously known for being one of the most complicated dungeons to go through. Right away, what he just did there is he just did a diagonal boomerang shot to that switch, which actually skips half the dungeon right away, allows him to get the mirror shield early on. And then he's going to skip that metal ball right there that you're normally supposed to use around the dungeon, and explosives can break these pillars too.
By not throwing them directly at them, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, he's going all in. Oh my god, the Madman. Oh my goodness, the Madman. That is a very risky super jump right there, because if you fail that, you fall in that pit.
Yeah, and you go down to the lower floor if you fall.
Yeah. And it's really hard to recover from that.
Yeah, it's a pretty big time loss if it happens. No, I'm just used to it now, so I'd always go for it. But I was gonna be so mad if it didn't work for no reason. Like a lot of things this run.
Alright, so hit that switch right there, and I think you're gonna go for... Okay, yes, he's going to go for this. This is called Goomba Surf right here. It is a super jump that allows you to land on the Goomba on the right spot in order to get to the boss right away. Okay, this is a good position right here. He's actually buffering it. Oh my god, that was really good right there. So I think that was second try right there. So
Third try.
It is a 1/4 chance for the Goomba to get to the right spot to where you want it to go to. So it's more randomness, but this actually, even though he got second try, it actually saves time over the other method that does not rely on RNG, but that trick is cooler.
Yeah, exactly. I still always go for it. Even though my PB's like not super great, like I could do it without it, but I always go for it because I can do it.
Yeah.
It feels bad to miss the super jump sometimes though.
Okay, so that fight looked really weird. If you save and quit at all in this run, then it allows you to hookshot past the bottom UI and then just hit the eagle off screen, which allows you to just which just simplifies that fight, and it doesn't make sense, but it works, and we do it.
Yep. Yeah, it has to do with, like, for whatever reason, like, visiting a screen with a warp tile causes that to be solid again. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I never visited one after Dungeon 5. Thanks to playing Mambo's Mambo in this category.
So what he did in order to exit out of Dungeon 7 is he actually buffered a save menu, which allows you to move while you're falling down. And oh wait, first of all, we have Marin here. Oh, is he doing this?
Oh, I actually got it. What? I thought I was a frame too early. Well, I gotta do it. I'm committed.
Hey, let's go. Okay, so that's called Zoomerang. If you buffer a bunch of inputs as you are dashing, then you can you just go so fast with the boomerang. It saves very little time, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's like barely a time save normally.
Yeah.
It took me 2 tries, and I definitely lost time. But I had to show it. Oh, what am I doing? I mismenued.
So he's finally gonna upgrade his powder after so long here.
About time, eh?
Have you ever went into Mad Powder with like 0 powder and you can't get the powder upgrade?
No, actually. Fortunately.
Me either, but I've heard stories.
Same. I still haven't yet. I've been paranoid about it like all the time. Yeah, like if you don't grab that if you don't grab that powder from Dungeon 2, then you'll be short right there. And not able to get the upgrade.
That right there is Flame Skip. He has the Mirror Shield, so we can use it to deflect those fireballs, but it is faster just to do Flame Skip right there.
Yep.
And then here's another Bomb Trigger. This saves about a few seconds, because you're supposed to play the Frog Song of Soul in order to revive the Turtle Rock here. So this is the Turtle Rock boss. It's really difficult. See ya. And actually, fun fact: if you when you bomb trigger that, he actually has 1 HP.
Yeah. But when you leave the area and come back, he'll spawn again if you kill him that way.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Alright, so this is Dungeon 8, a very complicated dungeon. There's so many rooms, and it's supposed to be a mini-boss gauntlet, but with all these glitches that we're doing, we're gonna be skipping a bunch of mini-bosses here. You fight Rolling Bones, you fight Hinox, you fight Dodongo Snakes, like almost every boss makes a return here.
Yeah, I think I caught... Oh shoot, there's like one missing. I forget which one though.
It's Goma.
Ah, yeah. Dungeon 5, there you go.
Yeah. So that's Blano right there. Blano, with 2 spin slashes, you just beat him. It's really easy with Red Tunic. With the Blue Tunic, it's a little bit difficult because with Red Tunic you can knock him back, and it's easier to land your hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another fight where Red Tunic can save time. And then here's what's known as Lava Jump. It's it's the same thing as Jesus Jump, but with lava.
Oh my god, I paused like 30 years early.
So what he did there is he has to buffer his sword there, otherwise you're relying on a 50% chance of not getting soft lock.
Yeah. So if you don't have Feather equipped, then you'll keep drowning in the lava.
Yeah.
And then you can't jump back out because you can't open your menu.
Yeah, so then that right there is his last heart piece, and so his last heart container is going to come from the dungeon.
Yep. So yeah, I definitely have everything. Oh, whoops. Because I checked the pictures as well a while back.
Oh, nice.
When I was entering the Armless Maze, I checked. Just in case.
And also that's Cue Ball, that's the mini-boss of the 4th dungeon, and it takes 2 spin slashes. In the remake, it takes more, and also has a really crappy hitbox. Alright, so this room, there's like 26 different ways to do this room. This is one way.
26? I never knew that either.
And they all take the same amount of time.
Yep. 'Cause, yeah, what matters is how close you land to the chest when it's appearing, rather than actually moving the tiles around.
Does another lava jump right there, which actually clips him into that wall, which allows him to do a super jump right there. And then here we have Hothead. Hothead is kind of an interesting fight because Hothead can only take damage. You can damage him anywhere in the room, but he only takes damage in certain parts of the room, which is why you see Ryan like not hitting him sometimes right there. And there we go. That's a really fast fight.
Yeah, the first cycle he gave me the worst RNG possible. So it's like really hard to get a one cycle if you get particularly that one.
Yeah, and also a nice little graphical glitch right there. We call that Wang Boys, and that's it.
Oh, this is gonna be close with the estimate now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I thought I was going over, but I think it might be either by a little bit. Or yeah, I think maybe by a little.
If you get the best possible nightmare fight, then you should be fine.
Ah, fair.
Otherwise, yeah, it's looking to be overestimate, but only by a little bit though.
Yep. Damn, even without.
Hopefully, DKC2 can make it up for it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, even without doing early rooster skip, it's still like potentially going over estimate. Which usually if I go over, it's because I fail that trick a lot for like 5 minutes or something.
Okay, so coming up is tradition of marathons. We're gonna listen to this song.
Is there? Unless if there's a donation.
We don't have any yet, but don't forget we had a DKC2 donation incentive coming up to upgrade to all stages.
Yep.
Okay, so quite a lot to explain here. First off, you're noticing that Ryan did not go back to the May Village and into the library to read the magnifying to read the book in order to know the egg puzzle, and that's because if you don't read the egg puzzle at all, then the egg puzzle is always the same. It is left, up, right, up, left, up, always the same right there. And then nightmare fight. There's a lot that goes into the nightmare fight. It's 6 phases. The first phase is the blob phase, where he is going to you're normally supposed to use powder for the blob phase, but you can actually so the first thing that he just did there is he did a bomb trigger to skip the text, which actually has no music. And like I said, the music advances RNG, so what he's actually setting himself up for is what's known as RNG manipulation. So what he did there is he placed a bomb and a sword in a very specific y-axis position in order to skip needing powder there. And then we have Aghanim. Aghanim is 4 hit energy shots, and with the first 2 shots being guaranteed, and and hits 3 and 4 being a blue ball. Oh, did he miss that?
Yep.
Oh man. Okay, so now it's 50-50 from here on out. What he was doing there is an RNG manipulation that was found a few years ago by Black SR, where if you position yourself in very specific positions, as well as holding your sword out, because holding your sword out actually like pauses the RNG or something like that. Okay, so that was like what 1 blue ball is with 1 missed shot. It's not bad. But yeah, if you stand in very specific positions, then you can manipulate Aghanim to not give you blue balls at all. It's very precise to do though. And then Moldorm, you can stun lock Moldorm, and then Ryan's gonna go for Deathly Skip. So what he does here is when the fire bats are in very specific positions, then he can actually play the Ocarina at a very specific time, and then defeat Ganon, defeat Deathel. The bat counts as a boss as well, so he just defeated Deathel right there. The real Deathel spawns, you can actually die if in like other categories, but we have so much health that you don't have to worry about that. And time.
It's a lot of twos in that timer.
127.27. Okay, not bad, not bad.
0.2. So yeah, overestimate again, but I think a lot of things went well. Just that whole like, I don't know, I keep losing my dash speed everywhere. So
Yeah.
I probably burned like 3 minutes on its own.
The dash jump, second try early hook shot, which that alone isn't bad, but then also the misfall in Rusa Skip as well.
Yeah,
probably.
again. Yeah, and having to do 3 jumps as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, that was another like the losing my dash speed for no reason. I coupled that with that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's not bad.
Oh yeah, so I don't know why I'm mashing through the text like as if I like finished a run at home, like normally or something. But yeah, M10, thanks for offering to do commentary for me as well.
Yeah, no problem. This is one of my favorite. This was one of my favorite speed games, and it's still fun to come back to this game every once in a while. But yeah, I'm gonna be running New Super Luigi U, New Super Mario Bros. 2, and Pokemon Yellow tomorrow. So if you enjoyed my insights of the run, then stay tuned for my runs tomorrow. I apologize for some of the parts where I was stumbling, because this game is really fast and there's not enough time to explain everything.
Sorry, I would have just been stumbling like way more while playing while trying to talk as well.
Yeah, talking and playing this game is really hard. This game is so fast, so but if you like what you saw, this category is really fun. So I would definitely recommend anyone interested to give this game a try. There's a lot of tricks to learn though, so it can be intimidating but really satisfying.
Yeah, the guides are pretty good, and I also made a video guide for this category on my YouTube, so that's an extra resource you can use. Alright, and with that, yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be plugging in for Donkey Kong Country 2 right now, so we'll see you after this intermission.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks very much, Ryan, for that run, and for M-Chan for commentating. Thanks.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks again, man.
Well, we do have this your last chance to get in your donation incentive, or your donations for the incentive coming up for Donkey Kong Country 2. We can upgrade the category to all stages for only a measly $30. So go ahead and get that donation in while you can. If you can get in before the end of this setup, we can upgrade that run. Everyone stick around. We'll be back in just a minute.